weekend. Girls up, let me see you, darling. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Girls up, I bet you can. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Girls up, let me see you, darling. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Girls up, I bet you can. My mommy said I could be anybody. I said I want more money than no money. Break bread with that guy who made the Bugatti. Lifestyle is get money, bun everybody. Bang ting wife, go money to something. Bang bang. One who understands why I'm always. Who told you I can't handle my? You're on the floor, I'm still holding my. Want me talking. Yeah, let me see you, darling. I love the weekend. Love the weekend.
We welcome you to Los Angeles, California. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bull, Jay Williams, and Jay's 16 banners. Many retired numbers, the aura and the mystique. Greet the opponent here tonight.
Ed, all those accolades are great, but we're talking about 2019. This is a new, young Lakers team. Let's see what kind of effort they bring on the floor tonight.
Let's do it here from Staples Center. The opening tip won by the Lakers as we get started here at Staples Center. And 2 for AD.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Fultz into the front court. Down just a couple. To Aaron Gordon. Here comes the screen. Gordon to Fournier. Has a chance. Not that time. To Harden. Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
If LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A., that means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Nikola Vucevic swats it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Count the basket inside.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Harden in possession. Looking to make something happen. James to the rim. Lays it in off the alley-oop pass.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Orlando has it. Markelle Fultz to Gordon. Trying to cash in. Gordon shoots. Can't connect. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Buries it.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Fultz with the basketball. Down 3. To Fournier. Fultz. To Aaron Gordon. Jonathan Isaac. That one off the mark. It's no good. To James. Stuffs it down with authority.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Fultz into the front court. 5-point game. LeBron James tips it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Anthony Davis. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Vucevic. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Davis. For 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Gordon. To Fultz. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Harden in possession. His team up by 7. Knocks it down from mid-range. Coach of the Magic will use a timeout as he'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Time to shuffle things up. Kyle Kuzma snatching it out of the air.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Goes to the left side. Harden. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Count it.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Nikola Vucevic able to recover with the block. Nice pass to get things going.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
The pass taken away by the Lakers. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
To Gordon. Yes, Aaron Gordon. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
It's James controlling the offense. To Davis. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
In the front court, it's Augustine. Down 11. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
And he misses that one free throw. Augustine with the basketball. His guys trail by 13. Here comes the screen. To Josh Hart. The screen sets him up for 2.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Fires the 3. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
to Josh Hart. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Knocked loose. Lakers have it. And the finish at the rim.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Augustine with it up top. His guys down big. Anthony Davis pins it. This will be out of bounds off of Davis. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
For the Lakers, number 20.
Hart defended by Tyson Chandler. Anthony Davis with a piece.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
From long range, tough shot. He hits.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
In the front court, it's Augustine. Just under a minute to go in a very one-sided first quarter of play. Swings it. It was right there. To Bradley. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Now the Magic gonna signal for a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play.
We've added more items to our team shops, including the fan favorite throwback jerseys. Get one for yourself before they're all gone.
Anthony Davis, huge block. That's his third block this evening.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Isaac. That misses with 2 seconds to go. Tyson Chandler with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Fultz with the basketball. Down a bundle. Isaac to Fournier. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Jonathan Isaac at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. Free throw's good to cap off the three-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. Lakers at the controls right now.
Hey, watch this screen, look.
To Bradley. Kuzma. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. Bradley. Rebound taken by the Magic. Fournier. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Davis. Isaac with the board. To Fultz. Isaac to Fultz. Here comes the screen. 5 to shoot for Orlando. And the rebound taken down by Bradley. To Kyle Kuzma. Runner's good there.
Hey, look, pretty dudes can mix it up once in a while, too, I guess.
Orlando ball to Mo Bamba. Takes stock of the floor. Fournier. The Magic with 4 to shoot. Short jumper off the mark. To Davis. Kuzma. 5 to shoot for Los Angeles. Here comes the screen. Here's a chance from long range. Not that time. He misses. Fultz into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Fournier. Driving right to the basket. Knocked loose. Los Angeles, they have it. Avery Bradley. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots. Now a whistle, and Orlando is going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
Team stats, fan interviews, and more. And best of all, they're free. You can get your game program from a team representative at any one of our main entrances around the arena.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 5, Tyson Chandler. Stepping in,
Markelle Fultz to Aaron Gordon.
number 00, Aaron Gordon.
And the rebound taken by Chandler. Lakers ball. Here comes the screen. That's no good. Not sure what he was thinking there.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Mo Bamba to Gordon. Yes, Aaron Gordon. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Bradley. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Rebounded by Isaac. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Misses the first. Missed the second. 0 for 2. To James. Kuzma. Taken by Vucevic. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Ah, the monster stuff.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Vucevic. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Now it's Harden at the controls. Probing the defense. Lets it fly from long range. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Now the Magic going to signal for a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Number 41, Anthony Davis. Into the game for the...
And count the basket.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
To James. 4-3. Great defense, forcing the miss. LeBron James sends it away.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
To Aaron Gordon. Fournier. LeBron James rejects it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go. Hart to Gordon. To Fournier. Fine to shoot. Missed it. Not much more you could ask for from the defense there.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender. He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. That pass stolen by Orlando. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Lakers didn't hold back in that opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Magic may be in the building, and with that,
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Fultz with the basketball. His guys down big. Over to the right side. Fournier to Aaron Gordon. 5 to shoot for Orlando. Fultz. That's off the side of the rim. No good. To Davis. Tough shot. Hand in his face. He makes them pay.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Coach of the Magic will use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. No good. Defense catching a break there. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Nothing going here on that drive. And 2 for AD.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul.
Gordon. To Fultz. Going to launch beyond the arc. James clears the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Harden with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
LBJ with it. Count the basket at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Fultz into the front court. Down a bundle. Anthony Davis sends it away. Ooh, 5 now.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Not that time. Fultz with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. To Gordon. Fournier. To Fultz. Has a chance. Fultz with a shot off the mark. To Kyle Kuzma.
Here we go. Double team. Double team.
Beyond the arc for 3. Knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
The most important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm, and that's what we saw.
3-pointer plus a free throw on that trip. Magic own the possession. Fultz to Aaron Gordon.
Watch that cutter.
Sizing up the defense. From the outside, no good. To James. Rocking the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Markelle Fultz to Gordon. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Jonathan Isaac trying to cash in on a 3-point play. He struggled so far. Whoops, that won't go. To Harden. Fires the 3. No good. That's great defense. Fultz into the front court. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Jonathan Isaac at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He struggled so far. Free throw try, off the mark. To Bradley. To Davis, down low. Missed a wide open look. To Vucevic. Isaac. To Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
James to Davis. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Vucevic. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
LBJ. Down low for Davis. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Nikola Vucevic. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
James to Davis. Trying to cash in. Not today. To Vucevic. Nothing going here on that drive. Vucevic gets it to go. Didn't have many choices there. Lets it fly.
When the ball...
To Davis. Jumper's good.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
For 3. That no good. Off the mark. Knocked loose. Lakers come up with it. And flushes it down. No stopping AD here. Three-quarters down, and so far it's been all Lakers. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the fourth quarter.
Subbing in for Orlando, number 9, Nikola Vucevic.
Harden.
Subbing in for
Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
To Aaron Gordon. Fournier, deep left corner. To Fultz. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Harden with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Man, that was a tough shot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
The drive right to the basket. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
First try at the line, no good. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. To Kyle Kuzma. To Harden. From long range. Tough shot. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Los Angeles has the basketball to Kyle Kuzma. Here's a chance from long range. Textbook defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Harden.
I'm here.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
To Fultz. Here comes the screen. Fultz. Short jumper off the mark. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten there. James Harden, 4 out of 7.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Gordon to Fultz. Oh, nice find for the basket.
The assist from number 00, Aaron Gordon.
To Kyle Kuzma.
1 minute remaining.
Lets it fly from long range. Not done yet. Tough made through traffic.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Markelle Fultz to Gordon. The Magic with 4 to shoot. Gordon. And the Lakers able to grab the rebound. And scores on the Euro step.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Couple of cracks at the line now.
I don't mind that effort at all. At least they're still out here competing on the defensive end.
And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. Deep three at the buzzer. The Lakers get the victory as they cruise to win a game that was never